I was unfortunate for a movie be a quabasa beam at the bar for 1 GH. Now, in a parliament, the Ayasemo, Aye Muntala, the brave MP and the intelligent MP, no, and why they were babunting, I be good a year by me a boy and emancipa, running useless, a parliament, and some mayor, and if a holiday in some year. Oh, a year Habib Idrisu a babunting mechanic. Oh, holiday, the aboa, we thank John Jaman Mama. In percentage, I have John Jaman 50% for fulfilling a year on a promise near the day. What can for John Jaman Mamma we are after the Cocans, Momo Cocans mean tear after the Mose the Musi Chamba Bino. And on a Muntala sorry no can say. Ain't the holiday now, Nipa or they gonna see or ye doctor or surgery for Kwame commodity or no meaning holiday. I don't know more oppose you like me in holiday ana. I don't know I say no a Muntala can't say. So who name history go and read your SHS books. Ning answer. Go read your SHS book ning answer and no more bit my ball. Come go ahead that scene yeba let them come try that also.
She'll look at it again. Rather than that, we'll be changing names and continue to change names. And in 3.5 years' time, when we come on this side, we'll also change the name. I thank you so much, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, Honorable Muntala.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And I rise to support the motion, the bill. Mr. Speaker, I thought we were going to engage in this debate without some of the political nuances or partisan nuances that we have heard from our friends. It is true that when we are talking about the political history of this country, we need to talk about it to the fullest. I agree. I did some history, level 100, level 200 in University of Ghana. And I had the privileged opportunity to be taught by no less a person than Professor Adofeni. And as part of the definitions of history, there are some scholars who have defined history as concocted lies to form facts.
Go ahead.
And I think that is what concocted lies to form facts. I think that there are some scholars. Let me be. Can I finish? Oh, so you want the source? Mr. Speaker, they should go and read the SHS history book. They should go and read that. And in fact, topics in West African history, written by no less a person than Professor Edu Boahin. They should go and read their writings. But you see, but what other source do you want? So, Mr. Speaker, that is the source. So I think that what we have seen today is a perfect description of history could be defined as concocted lies to form facts. And we have seen that across the aisle, that they have focused on that aspects of definition of history, which is roundly condemned by many historians. But let me be very clear. Mr. Speaker, the reason why we talk about Nkrumah, and the reason why when we talk about the history of this country, we do so because there is always an effort by our friends from the other side to rewrite the political history of this country. Need I remind you that even after Nkrumah was illegally and unjustifiably overthrown, Nkrumah's mother, who was barely blind over 80 years, the woman was dragged to appear before commission after commission. And you know what they wanted the woman to say? That the woman should say Nkrumah was not her biological son. These are historical facts. And that Nkrumah was a Liberian. These are historical facts. You can check it from the Hansard of even Parliament. You don't read, and it is not my fault that you do not read. I'm saying that Nkrumah's mother was dragged. Mr. Speaker, I'm giving a time when they were speaking. You see, there is a popular
Honorable
prophet
Muntala.
that when you take...
Honorable Muntala, I will recognize Honorable Animedu Enchi.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, this matter is very serious. and I think my brother is misleading the House. He can't go and read any uncredible story from anywhere and come and make allegations, wild allegation, and there's no source, and he's just saying Nkrumah's mother was being coerced into saying that is this. I've never heard it. Where did he get it from? He should prove it and give us a source.
Honorable Muntala.
Mr. Speaker,
Honorable Muntala Mohammed,
Mr. Speaker, it is
with
not my
all
fault.
due respect, the debate must be centered on the principles underpinning the bill and the committee's reports. So please stick to the report and the memorandum underpinning the bill.
Mr. Speaker, part of what we are considering today is the Founders' Day. And you cannot talk about the Founders' Day of this country without talking about the founder, the only founder of the present day Ghana. And I'm saying that the reason why emphasis is put on Nkrumah, because there have been several attempts. And when I say appear before commission after commission, this was not done in some bush somewhere. Commissions established by the NLC, that group of criminals who unjustifiably and criminally truncated democratic process. Anybody who truncates democratic processes is a criminal. I'm saying that he appeared before commission after
honorable members.
Of course.
Honorable Muntala.
Look, the 1992
Honorable Muntala.
Constitution.
Honorable Muntala Mohammed, please. All statements relating to criminal accordingly.
Mr. Speaker, with respect.
Yes, Deputy Whip.
Mr. Speaker, please should be 2-2 with leadership. Making
So 2-2 with leadership, making 3-3. I think Habib.
Mr. Speaker,
They say 2-2, including leadership.
So
We say
important
4-4.
and also agents. So if 4 members are having a bite, it shouldn't be a problem. Mr. Speaker, he can do 3-3 and leadership 4. 3-3 and leadership 4.
Well, Honorable Ranking Member, you have the floor.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Thank you for the opportunity to speak on this issue. First of all, Mr. Speaker, I want it to be placed on record that nobody from our side is against any religious grouping having any holiday. To the contrary, Mr. Speaker, we do support.
From the minority side, it's against the holidays or the bill. So, Mr. Speaker, our leader argument against the agency of the bill does not mean he is against the bill itself. It was clear when he was speaking on the principle of the agency of the bill under Standing Order 163. But it is not the case that we in the minority are against the bill. Mr. Speaker, among many other things on this bill, I think this is the only part that I'll give a 50% commendation to the President of the Republic for fulfilling at least a campaign promise. During the campaign, the President of the Republic, His Excellency President John Mahama, said they will add an additional day to the Eid. Mr. Speaker, we don't have one Eid. We have the Eid al-Fitr and we have the Eid al-Adha. But if you look at the bill that the Minister responsible for Interior presented to the House, it is only capturing another day in addition to the already existing day in the Eid al-Fitr. But none has been captured in the Eid al-Adha. Mr. Speaker, yes, the President and the government must be commended for adding an additional day to the Eid al-Fitr, and I think that it is something that I'll join my colleagues in Ghana and the Muslim community to say a very big thank you to the president for doing this. But it was incomplete as part of the promise that he said to Ghanaians. Mr. Speaker, when you look at the memorandum of the bill, there is an attachment that a cabinet from the Secretary of Cabinet to the effect that they are only adding the one extra day to the Eid al-Fitr. It's not enough. When the minister responsible for interior is a Muslim and at cabinet, the minister responsible for education, a Muslim and also at cabinet, the minister for environment, science and technology is also a cabinet minister, and the majority leader, the first Muslim majority leader of this parliament, that you know the importance of Eid al-Adha. Mr. Speaker, Eid al-Adha is so important to an extent that it is the climax of the fifth pillar of Islam, that is Hajj. The climax of it needs a lot. Adha is so important to Muslims as though the Eid al-Fitr is equally important. Mr. Speaker, and when we come to the consideration stage, I will be proposing an amendment. And I'm calling on my colleagues to join me in this amendment. And that amendment also seeks to add the Tashriq, which is the day after the Eid al-Adha. Because this amendment in this current form intend adding Shak Day, which is the day before the Eid al-Fitr. So we can amend because it's an act of parliament, and parliament is within the law to the day before the Eid al-Fitr, and the Tashriq, that is the day after the Eid al-Adha. The Muslim community will be happy. Mr. Speaker, the Muslim community wrote to the president through cabinet to inform him that we will be very happy if he give us the extra day for these two Eid. Yes, the president has fulfilled one, and we think that it is very necessary that he add the other one. My senior colleague, Honorable Muntala, is a he's a scholar when it comes to many Islamic things, and he's a member of cabinet. I'm very surprised that he could not raise this matter at cabinet. I'm very surprised that the majority leader could not add his voice on this. Mr. Speaker, in Islamic jurisprudence, recognize Eid al-Adha as a greater part of the two Eid. Mr. Speaker, aligning a public holiday to include an extra day in the Eid al-Adha will be a very significant to the Muslim community. The president, when he was opening cutting sword for the construction of the Hajj village, he said, I am adding extra day to the Eid celebration. So the Muslim community said, Eid, mean both Eid. That is how the Muslim community is taking it. So to add only a day to Eid al-Fitr, adding an extra day, and now you are going to single out an individual, our former president,
Abujafo wini niema ekoso parliamenta chesenya asem ketwa na inimse first in history nkofo we bo President John Dramani Mahama baso for fulfilling a yon promise, because during John Dramani Mahama aprobono or can say a secret for my pa, because Empire Moboma Ghana mine I was say the holidays be bedding kiki come on ade. So a year the interior minister a year Yebeka Muntaka na ababontin edisa adiwe eba parliament na bit mine apart that 14 holidays na pebo both Nkrumah for any Christopher nyina no eno ena is omwe o mu bubu ho e parliament a ho nsem abatudwa must say no Habib Idrisu so MP ni how MP our minority side no o can say me be the fan John Dramani Mahama so ya dey say o make sure said that ni promise now in the what fulfilling why had the pa now I had this what the year holidays now and I can Nkrumah from because no say anything or Nkrumah ni our bedding ebebo ni pa or no community no any all the Muslim community in Ghana and ebebo mu ye pa now right now I can say the after so come from near we no can say I do I disappointed or John Dramani Mahama say Becca Bray GM yakona problem no cancer aid. To an cancer aid the other aid of fitting mark the oka aid no or come a year boo for fashion in so come and boo fashion in there any na baako or the holiday near man on the or montias. So after that no and my casa other holidays be say kwame Nkrumah the birthday near the no a one and go for your sorry tie. And when I Muntala about bunting gungo for any man say can't say if they don't know this history say kwame Nkrumah ni mami now I am blind. Why blind na ma say gwampo no mutam no ne kusi baby sempani mpa in the one kase kwame Nkrumah ni ba no kase enyenye ne ba. This history are there bankofo we dey yes oboa and Muntala gaza go and read your SHS books. The nyansa nyada wisdom na what damn dey me kan kwa be gina wa kan say wonu ni fat na dendi so oni fat na na wa ba attack no oni fat na ba attack no ti we ene ni kwasi abetoja ona Muntala dey ego mani ma say pa chewa dwen under the comment such pity me so share am one down for so dey enye bi aje aya for anji Akroma.